Namaste, gods, goddesses, and emissaries of light. This is Dr. Tyen. If you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest and my current videos. Welcome to today's pick a card. It is a spooktacular pick a card for you. This is a spooky, paranormal, pre-Halloween pick a card, okay? Now, for those of you that are new to my pick a cards, I will tell you how you will best be guided in order to pick your cards. What I ask is that you pause the video, tap on your third eye 3 times, unpause the video, come back and make your selections. This is deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. All right, so before we get right into it, let me go ahead and call in some help. I call in air, fire, water, earth, spirit, and ether. And I also call upon the highest of the highest of the high, which is Jophiel, who will be able to give me the information that is necessary for this reading in all directions, time, and space, past, present, and future. And so it is. All right, so you are a person that have dealt with the paranormal. You have either dealt with seeing ghosts when you were a younger child. You may have seen apparitions, or you may have dreamed of people that have passed on in your life that have ascended beyond the veil coming to you in your dreams. But you definitely see spirits. You feel spirits around you. It is a gift. It's not anything to be afraid of or scared of, because you are a divine one, okay? You have had many incarnations. So for those of you that have chosen deck number 1, you have synergy. What is all of that about? Well, you have the natural energies here that are from Gaia to support you, to sustain you, to nourish you. Everything happens in a cyclical nature. And so you're going through a cycle right now as we are speaking. And with these natural cycles, it brings balance back into our lives. And as you look at the vegetarian nature, how animals eat the vegetation, and then, you know, they basically, how can I say it? Through desiccation, they put it back into the ground and it becomes manure. And then again, the ground becomes fertilized all over again. And so this is how this is happening for you spiritually. You are evolving, okay? You are coming out of your sarcophagus, your spiritual cocoon, okay? And so through your awakening, and I feel like you pretty much have been awakening all your life, pretty much, okay? You have been experiencing, you know, paranormal activity. This is you. This is you. You're the spawn that is in this spirit, okay? So I don't really feel like you really shared a lot of this with too many people, okay? Because just like the spawn that is in the spirit, the people that have captive him and held him hostage, once he was released, he never told anyone about the people that had held him in bondage. And I feel like that is with you too. You've not really opened up to too many people about the paranormal activity. And with the Justice card being here, it is Libra energy that I'm feeling. And this is about truth being revealed, okay? You also have the round for round, okay? This is, if you look at this, the Fibonacci spiral, all right? This represents life. Again, the natural cycles of life. What goes around comes back around, okay? You are in a karmic cycle, and things are about to come back around for you. You're about to experience a new beginning, a new chapter in your life. It could be in love, business, or career. It can also be in spirituality. I'm really picking up more than anything that is definitely spiritual, because you are the green man. The green man is very spiritual and magical. If you know about the green man has traveled all the way around the world, just like the fool, and he has discovered many treasures. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of abundance that is about to come in for you in the month of October as well. But we all know that what goes around comes back around. I feel like there has been some people that have been in your life that have done wrong by you. And so you've just been weighing these factors out. And the reason why the Justice card is coming on this reading is because this is a sign from the universe that the wrong is going to be righted. Okay, so there is going to be reprieve for you in this situation. Things are going to turn out in your favor, and you're no longer going to have to worry about all of those injustices that have been done to you throughout your life, because I feel like you have really mass produced a lot of good karma, and it's coming back to you tenfold. All of the good that you have put out into the universe is now coming back to you, and it's going to start in the month of October, which is your harvest month and your season of reaping the fruits of your labor. And I have come to the conclusion of those of you that have picked deck number 1. For those of you that have chosen deck number 2, these are your cards. We have generations, we have higher power, and then we have the 8 of Cups. I feel like for those of you that have chosen this for group 2, you do and have done a lot of astral traveling, especially when you were a child. I feel like some of you have went through the experiences of being pinned down on the bed and could barely move and get up, and you thought that you were being pinned down by maybe evil spirits, but really in all actuality, part of your soul was trapped into another dimension. Okay, and you just didn't know it because you weren't fully embodied into your light body to travel back easily and to come back easily. Every time we go to sleep at night, we all, whether we know it or not, astral travel. We all go into other dimensions and we do work. Okay, some of us do past life work to clear up karma from different past lives and different dimensions. And so what happens is that sometimes a part of our soul fragment can get caught somewhere else. And so we may be subconsciously somewhere else, while consciously we are here on this physical plane of existence. And so another thing, I feel like the ancestors are really working hard with you to break generational patterns, because it starts with our parents. All right. It could go back 100 and even 1,000 years back of ancestral patterns that we're linked to through our bloodlines. And through our bloodlines, we are connected with our genetics. And through genetics, it connects us with these beings spiritually. Okay. And so we have kinship with, you know, our biologically and soulfully connections to the spirit realm. So your ancestors are here to help you to break. Do you see these chains? The chains that bind you. Okay. And it's like in a, metaphorical snake, because it's helping you to shed old skin. Okay. To break those patterns of poverty, those spells that have bound you, and those oaths that your ancestors and your great ancestors, your grandparents and great great grandparents have taken, vows of and oaths of celibacy and poverty, and being bound to magical spells, etc. You are the one that I would say that is the golden child, because you have came here to break up what Jesus once spoke about in the Bible, the works of the devil. You have came to be God manifested in the flesh, and you have came because you have a higher purpose from a higher power. You are connected directly with source energy. You have been divinely guided, and you have also been divinely protected from your angels and also your ancestors from the higher realms. And that is what is denoted by these 2 cards here. Now you also have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups means that you have turned your back to the illusion. As you can see, this figure in the back is like a feline, and feline is heavily associated with the Egyptian culture. And in the Egyptian pantheon, when it comes to the gods, you could see a lot of felines that are there, metaphorically speaking, It's spiritual. It has to do with the higher knowledge, and you do have that inner wisdom. You do have that higher knowledge. And I feel like for you as a child with, doing a lot of astral traveling, I feel like you still do. I feel like you still are connected very deeply in the spiritual realm. I even feel like majority of you have a spiritual team that you call on, and most of your spiritual team by name. But for this paranormal read, you are an ascended master. You have mastered many lifetimes. And so what you're doing is just reawakening to who you are, your divine self. The reason why you have the Eight of Cups is because the other 7 cups that are on the floor are just illusions. You are a seeker of truth. So that is the reason why you have this one cup, because you know that there is only one truth, right? There are many different ways to lead to this one truth, but you have chosen on your path to stick to what you know, to listen to your inner guiding system, which is your God positioning system, to continue to navigate you and help to traverse you through the waters of life. And I have come to the conclusion of those of you that have chosen deck number 2. For those of you that have chosen deck number 3, I feel like for you guys have had angels materialize before you. You're connected highly and very close to the spiritual realm, but the archangels and the angels are who you work with. You are a light worker. You're in a constant movement. This is the reason why you got the river. If you know about rivers, okay, they are the water of life. Okay? And so the river water, we know, is the essence of life. It is our lifeblood. And you do have a strong connection with the river, because I feel like a lot of you have had quite rapid and intense things happen to you in life. Quick movements, things that have traumatized you, things that have been just really to the point where it felt like for a lot of you that you were drowning. You were drowning and you were underwater, and you just needed to just lift your head back above water so you can be able to catch a breath, because that's just how the gravity of the nature of the things that have happened to you in your life have been. They have been really intense. You guys have endured most of the things that most common people will not be able to endure and come back from mentally sound. They would lose their sanity if they would have had to endure even 5% of what you have endured in your lives. But you are like the river. You constantly flow with the natural ebb and flow of life, just like the water that flows through our body, and it expresses itself and it flows through us and it helps to sustain us. This natural rhythm of flow of life has helped to naturally sustain you. You have had no choice but to use your imagination for your manifestations to bring about the desired outcomes that you want out of your life. Because without your imagination, you would have lost it a long time ago. You have a good king of senses. You have a good sense of feeling, and you have a good emotional EQ. You are very emotionally intelligent, but you're also intellectually intelligent, because you do have a high IQ as well. So you are also connected spiritually into the spiritual realm. You always have help, and you know this. A lot of the disasters and traumas that you have been faced with, you have called upon your angels and your guides to get you out of those situations, and they have delivered. They have always been there to every beck and call of yours. They have answered all of your calls. You are an attractive person. With the Knave of Wands, it represents your attraction. It represents your intense nature. Not only is your life intense, but I feel like you're just an intense person all the way around, and that you are packed with a powerful punch. Let's just put it that way. I look at you as being a spiritual warrior. You are like ready to go to bat, come what may. Whatever is about to come your way, you don't care if it's from the dark, because you will transmute it into the light. Like, you are the type of person that have faced what most people consider demons. You have faced your demons. You have stared your demons in the face, and you have told them game on. Like, you're not going to back down, not even if they try to attack you in the spiritual realm, because you already know that you can call upon your angels and that you are protected. You are divinely protected. And so because of this, this gives you more leverage, I can say, over even the spiritual realm. I feel like you command the spiritual realm. You have power over the spiritual realm just because of your ranking and where you are spiritually. You have a very high ranking. And right now, I feel like you are entering a rites of passage right now as we speak. You're always going into rites of passages because you are super accelerating. Wands speak of passion, but it also speaks of speed too. So for those of you that have chosen deck number 3, you are a high-ranking spiritual officer and spiritual warrior, and you complete your missions with speed. Okay, so anything that is thrown at you or thrown at your feet, you turn it very quickly. Heavily entrenched things with your spiritual weaponry. And I have come to the conclusion for every person to have chosen a card. Thank you so much for those of you that have participated. That really means a lot to me. You just do not know how much time I take out from my day to do this. And actually, I'm headed to work. So I hope that you enjoyed this just as much as I did. It is a good karma to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a love donation if you feel inclined to. Or you can choose a gift from my wish list from Amazon, and it will appear on the channel. I now wrap you in my love, and I cloak you with the light of Christ consciousness. And so it is, everyone. Namaste.